Hi, I'm Stephen Head from Archery Supplies, and today we're going to unbox PSE Citation. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is I rock up to work this morning at 8 o'clock and the store's closed, and because we don't open till 9, and this box is left outside, so the courier driver has left the box outside. So there could have been a whole bunch of PSE bows, but this is the only bow. You can see one of one. It says PSE Citation. It's got my name on the end of it. Archery Supplies, Australia. Now I'm going to say with COVID, it's been really hard to get stock into the store. Like literally, I think all the archery shops in America are literally sold out of archery gear. The manufacturers all closed down due to COVID. Supply was really hard because there's no planes flying in. Australia was pretty much shut down, so it was really hard moving stock around Australia, and demand was huge. So demand's huge, there's no stock, really hard to get stuff, and then the manufacturers are closed when there's huge demand, so everything's really tough. So a few weeks ago, about last week, PSE released the Citation bow. Now this is going to replace the PSE Perform, which has been on the market for about 2 to 3 years. Now generally when PSE release a bow, they send me one just to look at. So in the past I've got the Focus, the Perform, the Focus XL, and I pretty much got it at the same time as everyone else, and I've done a review on it. So when I rocked up and saw this, I was like, oh cool. Little bit after Lancaster Archery, which is a bit disappointing for me, but I'm thinking, well, maybe it's because of the freight into Australia is slow. But one bow, so let's open this up. So some of my friends on Facebook messaged me, and I'm going to forget his name because I'm getting old. And he goes, do you know the PSE Citation was designed by Terry Ragsdale? Terry Ragsdale being one of the greatest archers ever. Now I'm not old enough to know all the stuff he won, but back when I was a youngster, he basically won everything, and he always shot for PSE, and his wife shot for PSE. And I don't know how many times he won Vegas, but apparently he helped design the new PSE Citation. And one of my friends sort of told me this, and I'm like, okay. And you'll see him in the new ad for the PSE Citation shooting it. And I'm going to guess he's going to be 70-ish. If I'm 50, that puts him at 70, a little bit older maybe. I'm not being thing, but so this here, you've probably already guessed it. So when this got in my shop, all these people said, we want the bow. And I said, do you? Before I've done a review. So this is the PSE Citation bow. Now the PSE Citation was a legendary bow for PSE archery. Now this bow is old. So being one of the first PSE Citations, it comes with a quiver. So one of my friends in WA just started shooting PSE, and he's just got himself a PSE Focus, and I said, how are you shooting with it? And he said, I've shot a Hoyt, I shot a Prime, and now I'm shooting this Focus. And he goes, I shoot so well with it. And I'm like, that's what pretty much everyone says. So he said, I really want that new Citation you've got. Well, this bow is older than you. So, and I just wanted to do a review. So the new PSE Citation is 40 inches axle to axle. This PSE Citation is 50 inches axle to axle. It's got laminate limbs. The new one's obviously fiberglass. So at the time, this was top of the range PSE, and back in its day when I was about 12, this would have been a lot of money. And when you're saying how much would have it been, I'm gonna guess over $1,000 back then, because I brought a second-hand bow for I think 800. And it wasn't like this. Like this is top of the line, fancy, you know, it's got chrome. And for my for my friends who like old cars, this has got chrome, so it's like your bumper bars. It's got a little kisser button because kisser buttons were big back then. Look at the knocking point. It's got this little clip here where the knock goes in between to keep it all straight, because that keeps your peep sight straight. Peep sight serving there. Now this had, look at the age on these cables. So this is all sort of corroded up here. Now the concept of the metal cables here was you could put a string on the other side of the cable there and replace the string, and you can also use that to twist the string to get the peep aligned. So it was really simple to align your peep through hooking another string on. Now archery gear hasn't changed that much over time, although the new PSE Citation has got modules, rotating modules, so you can change the draw length, you can change the let off, you can fit different modules for it to change the feel. Well, this PSE Citation here, you could change the draw length. So you had 1, 2, 3. Now, did I count 3? 3 spots. This is on the second draw length here. So making the string longer, so moving the string cable down to there, makes the draw length longer by 1 inch. Shortening it, moving it up, decreases the draw length by 1 inch. Now on the other side here, this is state-of-the-art technology. You could change the cable also. Now the cable had exactly the opposite to the string. So lengthening the cable shortened the draw length. Now, back in the old days, you need to have these cams, these huge cams, look how big they are, these huge cams timed. And the way you did this was with this system here. So this is called like a 4-wheel bow. So timing cams here. So you had these strings here. So when they originally had these compound bows, they had these to keep the cables out the way. The PSE actually had a cable slide here. So they would pull the cables out by using this pulley system. This was a very similar kind of system with the bare compound bows. I love the powder coat finish. This was really common with PSE. They did the blue, they did a red, and they did a grey back in the day. Now, back when I first started in 1982, I wanted a PSE bow. My dad wouldn't let me get one. Okay. My dad particularly didn't like the dealer in the state because he thought he was a rip-off. Am I allowed to say that? Well, he thought he was a rip-off. He thought he was too expensive. So my dad actually flew to another state to buy a bow. As much as I wanted to buy that PSE bow that looked flashy, my dad came back with a York bow. He came back with 5 of them. It was a York. It was a York CNC, which is a machine riser, the first of the machine risers, and I shot a York Trophy, which I used to win the Australian Nationals with. But I wanted a PSE because they look just awesome. And these things here, you can see how far out you can wind the limbs. The chrome looks awesome. Now the original PSEs used to have a sticker down here, so I don't know if that's rubbed off, and I'm really not sure what this stuff means here because I wasn't lucky enough to own a PSE. I was broke as a kid, right? So, you know, I earned $5 an hour working in Woolworths. I worked 4 hours, 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week, so I earned $20 a week. And I had to pay for my car, pay for uni, pay for clothes, pay for everything on $20. So the concept of owning a bow was pretty tough for me. Chrome, but these things looked awesome. So now the arrow rest, you'll notice here it's a non-cutaway riser. So on the modern compound bows, this is cut away to the side here. The balance, it wants to come back and hit you in the head. Now you're going to add a big long stabilizer to this with lots of weight, and the new modern compound bows, this is very common for top of the line target bows. The grip feels comfortable in the hand. It's bulkier than your normal bows that you'd see today. That back in the day you used to kind of grab the bow a bit. Now the bow grips are a lot thinner to reduce torque. The blade rest, very similar to what they used to look like today to what they used to look like, except today we've got micro adjustment, and these kind of look like they were handmade, the blades. But see the little thing on the bottom here, a little blade, that's just try and stop the bouncing effect, but still very, very similar. This was probably made by Golden Key Archery, which now today is Spot Hog Archery. So I think Spot Hog used to make them for Golden Key. Now this cable guard here, this is not the original cable guard, and I almost think that this bow can be shot without a cable guard. So this is a Martin cable guard, but back in the day they had some pretty cable guards for the PSEs with matching colors, and I'm pretty sure the sight company called Check It had matching PSE style sights to the bows. So it was all very fancy, and this is what they used to sort of look like. So my plan with this bow, and I'm just going to show you the rest of it that came with the bow. My plan with it is to compare this bow to the current bow. Now back in the day, Terry Ragsdale used to shoot perfect 300 indoor scores with these bows. So my plan with this is to compare this to the new Citation when it comes out, to see what difference has been in 30 and 40 years. But this is not a bad, I don't know what happened down here, but you can see the bow's still together. It's just some marks, but it's in pretty good condition. Old quiver, 1984 something archery. '84 Olympics archery. Now these arrows, I used to shoot these, Eastern Autumn arrows, with little target tips. See all the veins that come off, and we used to number them. See the little numbers? They were a sticker. You can still kind of get them, but no one uses them these days. The nocks, in fact I used to use these nocks. These are a pro knock. They used to clip on really well to the string and then slide off really easy, so they were quite a popular knock. Now the length of these veins, look how long the vein used to be on there. They were quite a large vein they used. Anyway, that's the PSE Citation. We're going to set it up and try it out and probably fletch up these arrows. And my concept is to get literally the best archer in Australia to shoot this bow and me to shoot the new PSE Citation and see who wins. Because I can't beat him with my normal bow, so let's give him a bow that Terry Ragsdale used to shoot really well with and see how he goes. I'm Stephen Han from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.